Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this morning I'd like to continue to talk on the war in Ukraine. This morning I follow a video of Russian prisoners talking in the media, and what these prisoners were saying was that we don't want this war. So we know Ukrainians don't want this war. So it's only Putin wants this war. Putin asks us to conquer Kiev. I don't know why, what reason the Putin asks to conquer Kiev. But I understand they want to arrest the president and replace him with a puppet president. Or maybe they also want to kill him and replace him with a puppet president of Russian choice. Maybe. And that's the reason why the Russian soldiers was instructed to attack Kiev and conquer Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. And they always say Putin wants this war. So now I like to give this title of video back to call it Putin's war in Ukraine. I think no one disagree with it after me mentioning about these Russian prisoners telling us. Okay, so what is the update? Today is the 2nd of March. I think it's already 37 days of fighting in Ukraine. So what is the update? The Russian soldiers, the prisoners were saying that they have lost this war. So they admit they have lost this war. And they were shocked to see when they first encounter the Ukrainian army have carry many weapons, enough weapons to counter them, like javelin missiles, Endor missile. These missiles are lethal, can destroy their tank. Maybe the prisoners were lucky to be alive, and they were also saying many of their friends died or got killed when Ukraine army attacked the convoy. I've seen that in the video. One by one the tank just explodes. We can see it clearly when Bayraktar drone was used. We take picture as well from the top, and we see the explosion of the tank when it is hit, and we see at times a big explosion on direct hit on top of the tank. So this big explosion is also caused by secondary explosion, meaning that the shell bullet in the tank also explode and this is a big explosion. So it is only it's not only the missile exploding, but the shell inside the tank also exploded, and it caused a big explosion. I can see at times a big explosion, so I know that it must have been a direct hit, and the big explosion may also cause destruction of the nearby tank. So call it bullseyes on hitting the tank using the drone. So lately there had been a peace meeting held in Turkey, Istanbul, and from the meeting it was agreed that Russia will escalate, meaning to reduce the intensity of the war and withdraw from Kiev and Chernihiv. Yes, and also the Ukrainian army was also monitoring the withdrawal, and what they believe was it's not the end of the war yet. The Russian column just moved to Belarus, and from there they reorganize. And what I heard is that Russia is focusing their attack on the east of Ukraine and in the south. So expect attack now, no longer much from the north, but more from the east and the south. Donbas, in a place called, a district called Donbas, and there they say the people there are mostly Russian speaking, and they are more towards supporting Russia, but maybe not true. Some people, even they are Russia, they are still think that under Ukrainian rule is better because it's democratic, it's not authoritative, and it's leaning to the Western democracy type. So some may think it's better to be under Ukraine. Then at one time President Zelensky say, let's have referendum. So referendum is allowing people to choose. They had done referendum before in Crimea, but then what this Russian do, send their police in Crimea, and looks like they were threatening people who support Ukraine, and they make a lot of propaganda saying that the Crimean people like to be under Russia. All these things is propaganda, but in reality they say it's different. In Crimea there are many Muslim Tatar. This Muslim Tatar is for sure they don't like to be under Russia. They like to be under Ukraine, and that's the reason why they migrated back to Crimea when Crimea was under Ukraine after the breakup of Soviet Union. but somehow Russia invaded Crimea in 2014 and annexed the area in Crimea, and then of course the Crimean people were not able to express themselves after the annexation by Russia, because anyone opposing them are seen as traitor and maybe put in jail. So there is no kind of freedom of speech. So but now President Zelensky take different tone, because he knows that he can win this war. The Ukrainian people are in the spirit of fighting, and the Russian army is much demoralized. And now Zelensky is saying, we will not give an inch of our land, meaning that they will chase the Russia out of the district of Donbass and also out of Crimea. So if that happens, then it is the right thing to do, because showing their strength. Because if Ukraine is saying weakness, so in the future Russia will attack, get more land from them. So if they show the strength and maintain the strength in the future, Russia will dare not to touch on the Ukrainian land anymore. So for long-term peace and security, so it is best that whatever land that was grabbed by Russia to be get back or give back to Ukraine. So that's the saying of President Zelensky, saying we will not give an inch of our land. So in the future, the Ukraine will be joining European Union. So most likely they will also be joining NATO. Why not? If they want to join, who can stop them? Stopping them in war. So they are no longer afraid. Initially they were afraid, but after months they see that the spirit of the people is very important. The spirit of the people and the people supporting them, like US keep sending them weapons, German keep sending them weapons, UK keep sending them weapons. What else? There are also many other countries like Turkey sending them drone, Bayraktar drone, and Turkey is still developing a more sophisticated drone. And I heard that Ukraine will be the first country to get this modern Turkish drone. Even the Japan is also interested in this modern drone of Turkey. I don't know the model of the drone. I think the name is Evency drone. So the current drone is Bayraktar TB2, and the another drone, more modern drone, they can fight the jet plane. So it is like unmanned jet plane also, but it's not very fast, but it have this radar and modern missile, then can shoot at a distance. So this new drone can fight also the jet plane. And what else it can do, I don't know very much, but let's see in the future if there's detail. I like to also see what this Turkish new drone is capable of. US will be sending kamikaze drone. So what is amazing of this kamikaze drone, it can be hand carried in a tube, so like a tube of 6 inches tube that can be carried by a person. So it has wing that folded, and so the kamikaze drone is in the tube. So when they want to fire the drone, they just shoot the drone out of the barrel, and then the wings start to open up, and then it will glide like a small drone aeroplane, and it will shoot up to the sky and fly, and then it will be on the lookout of target which the operator see on the screen. So when it fly up there and you see the target, a camera seen on the screen, and then the people who operate it will see a target. They can see a tank, and then zero in on the target, and then press a button, and then the drone will dive to the target set already from the screen. And of course this drone body is also a bomb, and it hit the tank and then explode. So it's very easy concept. It's just like a kamikaze plane loaded with bomb, and some pilots then pilot it to the target, but this time it's self-piloting to the target. So that is the latest information we got on kamikaze drone. But lately as well, Ukrainian pilots, helicopter pilot, flew at low height on helicopters with rocket and fire on a depot where the oil tank is. So they're keeping the oil in the depot, and when they fire a rocket to it, the depot caught fire, and so it is just like to avenge what the Russian doing, destroying the depot in Ukraine. So they also capable of destroying a depot in Russia. and I saw a picture of Putin was angry when he learned that a depot in Russia was attacked. He never thought of Ukraine attacking a target in Russia. He always saw the Russian only think the target is only in Ukraine. But I think it's fair enough if the Russian target or bomb a depot in Ukraine. So why not Ukraine also target the depot in Russia, which is not far from the border. It's only 40 kilometers from the border. So it's only about half an hour flight by helicopter to the target. So that is one story. What else I can tell you? Okay, more cities are being recaptured by Ukrainian army, and what I heard, this Ukrainian army, they attack at night, and one general, I think commander or general, saying we cannot win if we just wait for being attacked, so they have to attack as well. So yes, they have to attack as well, and they do. How they do carry out the attack, they carry out it at night, and a group of 30 soldiers attacking at night. That's how I learned something, that they were also, these Ukrainian soldiers were also attacking at night in a group of 30 soldiers. They also have sharpshooters, and Ukrainian have lady sharpshooters as well, that will be of help in targeting the people or the Russian soldier from a distance in hitting them, because the sharpshooter is known to kill in number. Example, like 10 a day is common for the sharpshooter, because they shoot from a distance and well camouflage. They are professional people. Sometimes they are like the champion shooter in a competition, and so they just change into helping in fighting. Of course, if they are sharpshooter in competition, they also sharpshooter in a battle. Okay, I think that's all for this morning, the update. Thank you very much for listening.